This is Dan of Vagabond Buddha. I'm going to show you pictures of Taxco, Mexico, as I discuss why I believe it is one of the good places to live or retire cheap in paradise locations. But don't write anything down as you listen. Everything I say is in writing at Vagabond Buddha with Google links to everything I discuss. Just click the link in the notes below this YouTube video to get Taxco, Mexico, retire early, low cost of living information, Old Town walking tour, day tours, restaurants, best and cheap hotels, cheap flights, buses and trains, livability factors, low cost of living, and our best travel or retire cheap to paradise locations in the world. Taxco, Mexico. This is Dan of Vagabond Buddha. I'm traveling around the world finding the best paradise locations to retire early with low cost of living. This post is my Taxco, Mexico retire early low cost of living post. We have 6 more stops in Mexico on this tour, and then we head to explore the best retire early in Asia destinations after visiting family and friends in Europe. Please subscribe to Vagabond Buddha or my YouTube channel if you'd like to see where we are headed next. I left the United States in 2007. I have visited or lived in 65 countries so far in my life. Today I'm writing about Taxco, Mexico. This post describes the costs of foods, lodging, local transportation, etc. here in Taxco. But first, here's some fun facts about Taxco, Mexico I found on Wikipedia. Taxco, which is about 100 miles or 160 kilometers from Mexico City and 55 miles or 89 kilometers from Cuernavaca, is one of Mexico's most beloved towns. Originally famous for silver mining and silver crafts, the mines have all run dry. Taxco is now known for silver crafts and tourists. At 1,780 meters or 5,800 feet above sea level, Taxco is often cool during the summer months. There are about 56,000 people living in Taxco, and the growth rate seems to have stabilized to just under 1% per year. The town exploded from about 5,000 people in 1940 to 48,000 in 1995, but growth has calmed down since that time. Taxco is built into the side of the mountain with the old town center near the top. Santa Teresa Church watches over Taxco, especially at night, as a shiny beacon. The Spanish discovered silver in Taxco in 1532. Early mining operations were established by Cortez's soldiers, such as Hacienda de Chorrillo. Later, more modern mining operations started in Taxco, such as by Jose Borda, which we'll talk more about. The town became famous in the modern sense in about 1920 when silver designer William Spratling moved to Taxco and opened a design studio. Spratlow reinvigorated Taxco after a declining period that started when the mines began to close. Taxco, free Old Town walking tour and map. The highlight of Taxco, Mexico is the Old Town colonial area. You really need to wander around without a map for at least a few hours to really get to know the place. But take my Old Town walking tour first so you get a general feel for the history and the layout. First, watch the following YouTube video of our Taxco free Old Town walking tour. Then click the Google Map link below this YouTube video so it can direct you to each destination on the tour. There's a Google Map, interactive Google Map that you can click on the web page. Okay, now the web page has each of the places on the walking tour and has the text that I discussed, but I'm not going to go over that now because it's in the Old Town walking tour video that you can click and watch on the web page. So do that and then decide if you want to go on the walking tour. Okay, great. Also, best day tours and map of Taxco. There's links here for Viator and Get Your Guide tours. You can take those, click on those and see what's available as far as promotions go on the days you'll hear that you're here in Taxco. There's also the self-guided tours, or I call my cheap bastard tours. There's a few free self-guided day tours around Taxco in case you are a do-it-yourselfer or just cheap like me. 𝐂𝐒𝐻. You can go to 𝐂𝐒𝐻 and take my Old Town walking tour for free. Just grab the Futura bus from Taxco, links provided, to 𝐂𝐒𝐻 for 115 pesos per person, or $6.50 each way. The bus takes almost 2 hours each way. The bus terminal in 𝐂𝐒𝐻 is walking distance from the start of my free interactive Google map on my 𝐂𝐒𝐻 post. Just click the link here to get your free walking tour. Tepoztlan. There's no direct bus from Taxco to Tepoztlan. You can get an Uber for about 480 pesos, or $25 each way. The trip is about an hour and a half each way. The other choice is to make a weekend trip where the first day you spend in 𝐂𝐒𝐻 and the second day in Tepoztlan. There's no direct bus, as I say, from Tepoztlan to Taxco, so you can take an Uber after you go to 𝐂𝐒𝐻, using my post for that here, the buses and whatnot, links provided. Then you can take an Uber or a bus to Tepoztlan, and then from there you can take an Uber back here to Taxco. Okay, best restaurants in Taxco. We were just here in Taxco for a self-guided tour from 𝐂𝐒𝐻, in fact. So we only had one official restaurant meal to report to you. But it was a doozy, Del Angel Inn restaurant. I had a delicious cheese enchilada, and Chung Hoi had pork chops. It was in the perfect spot with an insane view. If you're in Plaza Borda facing Santa Prisca Church, it's on the left side of the church. There's a link here on Google Maps. Just also, the bill was 280 pesos for both of us. We left a 50 peso tip, so it came to $16 at just an amazing view. There's more restaurants available. I provided a link here you can click on. Although we didn't eat at all these places, I think this is a reliable source. Street food. Chung bought the above queso tamale from a street vendor just at the bottom of the stairs of the Telefrico Taxco, which is on the Old Town walking tour. I had a bite of it. It was good. It cost 20 pesos, or $1. Okay, best cheap hotels, or best and cheap hotels in Taxco. You should stay in the Old Town area of Taxco. You can walk to most of the interesting things to do and see. You won't need to get in a taxi or Uber. In that case, you'll just walk everywhere. Here are a few recommendations. These are all on the webpage. Hotel Agua Escondida. This is a highly rated hotel with a rooftop terrace and a swimming pool right in the best area. It's about 1,000 pesos, or $50 per night. All of these are on the webpage. Just click the link below this YouTube video. Hotel Los Arcos. It's hard to beat this combination of price and location for a hotel right in the Old Town area. 800 pesos a night, about $41 on the night we searched. And then there's a hostel here also. I started living internationally about 11 years ago. If you'd like to learn how to make money online or how to live internationally, possibly with less money than you spend at home, please subscribe to Vagabond Buddha or get a free copy of my ebook available at the link provided. Cheap flights, buses, and trains. We took the Futura bus from 𝐂𝐻 to Taxco for 115 pesos, or $6.50 each way. It was just under 2 hours per way, each way. So buses. In terms of, we've taken the ETN and Primera buses from various cities in Mexico. You'll have to see if either of these will get you to Taxco if you're not coming to 𝐂𝐻. You can visit their English website, or you can right-click in any web page on a Chrome browser and it'll translate it in English for you. If you're flying to Mexico to come to Taxco, Benito Juarez International Airport is the closest airport where you can get a cheap rate. You can fly into this airport, take a bus to Taxco. Please use the above links to find bus times and places. You should use Uber to go from the airport to the bus station so you don't have to negotiate directly with drivers. If you need to spend the night in Mexico, you can stay in one of my Mexico City recommendations, link provided. Flights, international or domestic, try to leave your home country on a Tuesday or Wednesday. Those are almost always the cheapest departure days for flying on Skyscanner. And use Skyscanner, link provided. It always finds the cheapest prices for me. Communications, buy a Mexican SIM card. They call it a chip here for your smartphone. When you land in Mexico, make sure to get your phone unlocked before leaving your home country. This applies mainly to U.S. citizens. Train, there's just one passenger train still running in Mexico, and it doesn't run to Taxco. Taxco, Mexico livability factors. This is Dan from Vagabond Buddha. This post has the Taxco, Mexico retire early, low cost of living data. If you'd like to learn how to be a digital nomad or make money online, get a free copy of my book. It's here at the webpage. Livability factors. Before deciding where to live cheap in paradise, I consider many factors. These factors include walkability, food, internet strength, weather, things to do, real estate prices, and overall cost of living. I rate each of these individually, and then I create an overall rating for a city. Taxco desirability score for living, retiring early, medium. This is a great little colonial era town, but it's probably a little too small for my taste. There isn't enough for a permanent international population, really, and so the foods here are a bit limited. They're delicious, but it's mainly Mexican. We have 6 more stops in Mexico before my final thoughts about the top 5 places. So subscribe here at Vagabond Buddha or at our YouTube channel if you want to see which places we end up on top. Walkability, high. Everything is walkable from the Old Town area. Restaurants, grocery stores, the gym. I wouldn't buy a car if I lived here. Internet reliability, high. We were just here on a day trip from Cuernavaca, so we really don't know. We never ran a speed test here, but because of the tourist areas and the hotels, it's likely to have pretty good internet. If you're enjoying this video, could you please like it, share on social media, comment below, or subscribe? Your interaction will rank us higher in search engines. Okay, food, medium. Although there are many tourists visiting here, they're mostly on day trips from Mexico City, Acapulco, or Cuernavaca. Mostly we saw only Mexican and local foods. There were a couple of foreign foods run by foreigners in the top 20 in town here, but 80% of them are Mexican, with just have a few international dishes listed like pastas and whatnot. Weather, high. Taxco, Mexico sits at an elevation of about 1780 meters or 5,800 feet above sea level. The elevation moderates the temperatures in the summer as compared to sea level temperatures at this latitude. The warmest month of the year is April. The average high for the day in April is about 84 Fahrenheit or 29 Celsius. But it drops to about 65 Fahrenheit or 18 Celsius at night, which is nice. The coolest month of the year is December. The average low at night in in December is 61 Fahrenheit or 16 Celsius. But it warms nicely in the day to average to about 77 Fahrenheit or 25 Celsius. So it's quite nice weather. The rainy season is June through September when it rains about 9 inches per month or 200 millimeters. You might call this perfect weather. Things to do, medium. This town has a large tourist serving feeling to it. So it is clean and beautiful in the old town center, but doesn't seem to have as much going on as you see in other places like Guanajuato and Querétaro, because the it's not serving a large international community. Mostly the people come and go, and they're just here a few days. Social considerations, medium. For a town of this size, it is about what you would expect. Expat groups, low. There's a very little chatter online about Taxco as an expat mecca. If you book my recommended flights or tours or accommodations, you'll pay nothing extra, but will earn a small commission. That'll help us stay in business. Please do that. Taxco, Mexico, retire early, low cost of living. Here's my cost of living estimates for Taxco, Mexico. These estimates would fall substantially if you rented your own apartment month to month. I didn't find much online in terms of rentals costs, but there are a few. There's a link here you can click and some phone numbers you can call with local landlords that apparently rent based on the market at the time. You can get a better idea. But I suspect you could get a one-bedroom apartment here furnished for about $500 per month. But you would have to be here to get this kind of deal. The stuff on the internet is higher. Okay, monthly cost of living in Taxco. This includes an apartment, and it ranges from low to high, depending on how many meals per day you eat or per month you eat out. It also includes local transportations, Ubers, and some cooking at home. But the cost would run you about $900 to $1,200 per month for one person. The table here, if you click the link, you'll find the table that explains all this. The above numbers are for one person and do not include alcohol, tours, or extras. I do not guarantee these prices for anyone. For more information about how the cost of living monthly multiplier works, there's a page you can visit at Vagabond Buddha that explains it. Okay, we're heading to a new part of Mexico tomorrow. Are you curious where it will be? Please subscribe here on YouTube, our YouTube channel, if you'd like to receive the cost of living estimates for our next stop in Mexico, or subscribe to Vagabond Buddha. This is Dan of Vagabond Buddha. Thanks for stopping by. The world is your home. What time will you be home for dinner?